Hi.
Okay, finished.
Hi, welcome to the Third and Long podcast. I am one of the I've just been put on the spot here, listeners. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome to the Third and Long podcast. One of our hosts has disappeared for reasons unknown. And I am joined, as always, by some of my favorite people in the entire world. I am joined by the Cheltenham captain himself.
Captain Cheltenham.
The Cheltenham chisel himself.
There you go.
Wearing his Richmond shirt. After the famous brand of sausages. We are joined by Oliver Butler Henderson. How are you, Oliver Butler Henderson?
Oh, Mr. Bones. Yeah, I am. I'm in my Richmond jersey tonight. I've just felt like mopping that out tonight, you know.
That's not
had a bit of a thing, and yeah, all good, sir. I'm looking forward to flying out to Italy at 6 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Lieber Dutch. To all our favorite Italians out there. Shane,
yes.
You have a little fishy on the dishy for dinner. That's why you are late, I guess.
Yes. It was all right. Yeah, can't fault it. Fair play.
Yeah, how much was fish and chips these days by you?
Oof, I don't know. I didn't pay for it. You've got to be talking about 12 quid, haven't you? You've got to be talking about 12 quid.
Oh, yeah. Okay, just the listeners out there, this is one thing to always think about. When anybody, and we can apply this to food like we can apply this to drinks right now. What is, Shane, your favourite drink?
Are we talking non-alcoholic or alcoholic?
Just favourite drink in general.
Oh, Strongbow Original. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, then. Hendo, what is your favourite drink?
My favourite drink at the moment
Horlicks.
Is what?
Horlicks.
Sorry, for those who didn't understand that thick Welsh accent out there, Horlicks.
Cut it out.
No, I don't actually know. I love it. I'm saying that I've joined Pepsi Phil with a Pepsi Max tonight. Yep.
Gents, you're both wrong because everyone's favourite drink is free. Okay, everyone likes a free drink. Your second favourite drink should be cold. Okay, so it's the same with like food. Your favourite dish is whatever comes free.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one.
I learned that saying at festivals a few years ago. And your next favourite drink is warm festival cider.
Oh my god! You're actually a warm festival cider hits differently. I don't mind a festival cider.
No, festival cider's good.
Yeah, I'm not doing any festival this year for the first time in a long time.
What, you're wearing a shirt?
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
I'm not going to. So there has been some news from the NFL that's just come out really, really quickly. When you gave us a rundown on things to talk about last night, Hendo, it was quite substantial. So should we? Oh yeah. By the way, guys, for listeners out there, we've got a voicemail message from Baby. Did you get the same message as me, guys? I'm guessing you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
Do you want to play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Hold on a second. Let me just play my thing. Okay. Hi everybody. I'm sorry that I'm not there this week, but have a great time. Yeah, go Niners. Yeah.
He's going to kill us.
I genuinely thought he sent the same message to you guys as he sent to me. I guess we just have a different relationship.
He's a giant of a man. You crush us with one hand.
I mean, if you've got a camera issue then, I mean, you played the voicemail and the camera went off for a second there, mate.
I have no idea what happened then either. It might have just been a glitch. I'm having technical problems.
Let's start with a certain Welsh Wizard's favourite quarterback joining one of his divisional rivals, going back to one of his divisional rivals.
Are you talking about Super Bowl winning quarterback Joe Flacco? Is that exactly who you're talking about?
Trendelfo, actually, mate.
Oh, sorry. Same prefix, different actual first and second name.
Yes, mate. Yes, crack on. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just goes to show that form is temporary, class is permanent. He's got to be, I think he's 41 now, which is Aaron Rodgers type age. So he can still do a job. And we saw at his stays with Indianapolis last year and Cleveland the year before that there's still life in the old bloke. And he's...
So I'm just muting Shane there for a second because I just need to interject. Sorry, apologies for that. But form is temporary, class is permanent. Well, by that means the Jets should be calling back for Joe Namath because he was the last winning quarterback they had in their organization.
I keep telling you, he's 75 and he's dead.
They want 32-year-old Aaron Rodgers. That's the one they wanted, the Jets. Yeah, I mean, Joe Flacco, it's $4 million year deal. It obviously shows that they are not interested really in anyone in this draft as at quarterback level because they're picking at number 2. So it's obviously who they're going to go for. Travis Hunter or Adele Carter. That's one of the two they are going for, obviously, now, isn't it? Looking down that one. I'm surprised they didn't re-sign Joe Flacco last year. You know, it's boom. And it obviously shows that they don't trust Deshaun Watson either.
Because he played so well for the Colts last year as well, when he came in, when Richardson went down with exhaustion or whatever he went down with. Yeah, I think he played really well, and I think he's a very serviceable backup these days. So he's always a handy option to have off the bench.
Let's say something. He got that Cleveland Browns team to playoffs.
I know. Tell me about it.
And they haven't changed much on either side of the ball, really. They've kept the majority. They've added a couple of pieces, you know, and they've gone, right, I'll tell you what, let's bring him back and see if we can do it again. I mean, I don't think they reckon the masseuse-loving quarterback of Deshaun Watson's going to be available at any time soon. I'm guessing that's pretty unreal. What do you make of it, Mr. Payne? I see you shaking your head there.
When he came to the Browns a couple of years ago, he was brought in purely as a backup to Deshaun because the whole situation initially. Obviously, last year they didn't re-sign him because someone in Cleveland must have believed that Deshaun was good enough and healthy enough and mentally tough enough to actually go through that season. He went to Indy and he played second fiddle to Richardson, but like we talked about it last year on a couple of shows about like that mentorship. I mean, we can criticize him and having, you know, we can criticize the worst of Joe Flacco, but when he's good, he's very, very good. And he has that knowledge. He's won a Super Bowl, okay? He's been to the big game and won, okay? He is in that 50s. Oh, are we at the Super Bowl 60, 50? We Super Bowl 60 now.
No, not quite. It's 57, I want to say.
Okay. That means there's only been 57 Super Bowls, and there's even been less, because we can talk about players that have been MVP, a considerably less amount of quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl. You know, considering that Tom's won a load, Bradshaw's won a load, Montana's won a load, Young won a load. You know, we can name, but he's been to the big game. And he's really got that great knowledge. And he's probably, we'll see how much that's going to rub off onto Richardson this year for the Colts. Fast forwarding on to the present day situation about him in Cleveland. This is a major red flag for two reasons. Reason one, no faith in Deshaun. Whether or not it's injury, personal, even when he was fit last year, he wasn't there, if that makes sense. He was very much absent. He wasn't regarded. He was making mistakes. Bear in mind, this is not a young quarterback. This is not someone that's inexperienced. They paid for allegedly prime Deshaun, okay? And instead they're getting the equivalent of, I mean, I'm pretty sure my high school team would be able to actually stop. Like, genuinely, I'm pretty sure the Titans would 100% know how to play against Deshaun and neutralize him very, very quickly. And that's not me throwing shade at my Titans. They're very, very good. But like, this is a guy that gets paid over 100 million to play the game. All right. So red flag there. Red flag number 2 is that they have a little bit late. I mean, I know free agency and the mad rush and everything, and whatever. But like Joe Flacco going there means they maybe couldn't afford anybody else. And they're not planning on even attempting to go for a top pick for the quarterback position. I see Shane's got his hand up. Shane, please counter my point.
You've forgotten something. That the Browns have brought in Kenny Pickett to be their starter.
You're right. So the Browns have brought no one in. The Browns have brought no one in. Kenny pick 6. No, I'm good, thank you. No, I don't share. Even if they say, oh, Joe's going to be back up to the backup, Flacco will still be starting by week 3.
Week 3?
Let's not
week
forget.
7, possibly.
Let's not forget, they've just paid Myles Garrett, one of the highest non-quarterback paying or fees, full stop. I think it's like 28, 29 million, something like that, wasn't it? High 20s, low 30s. That Myles Garrett is getting paid now. So they are paying 2 players 80 million nearly per year. I feel left out that I'm not the only one eating.
Would you like a digestive biscuit?
I'm currently eating boiled eggs.
Yeah. Right. Let's roll round let's go to New Orleans. Derek Carr. Struggling with a shoulder injury at the moment. Casting a doubt of the 2025 season ability. Is it Spencer Rattler or are they drafting a QB at 9?
I got this one. I got this one all day. Right. I think they are drafting Shedeur Sanders at 9. And here's why. He's a little key. He said in the press conference not so long ago that his favorite colors are black and gold, not just because of his Colorado Buffaloes.
Yep, correct.
Thank you. Not just because of the team that he plays for at the minute. Maybe that's a little look into the future of the New Orleans Saints. Even his dad put like a little open eyes emoji on Twitter the second Derek Carr went down. I think all the pieces have fallen into place to see Shedeur Sanders as the new top QB in New Orleans.
Mr. P.
Now, I hadn't thought about that, but just because of how my autistic head worked when you said about him going to New Orleans, I can see that for 2 reasons. And you remember when I said ages ago about what's his name that ended up being drafted by the Steelers? He plays secondary, and his dad played as a linebacker. Joey Porter.
I know. Joey Porter Jr.
Joey Porter, and going home in metaphorical sense. Now, Deion Sanders, the great Deion Sanders, won Super Bowls for 2 teams. Would you like to guess who those 2 teams were?
Dallas Cowboys.
He won them for America's team. Well done. Who did he win the first one with?
Your lot.
The world-famous San Francisco 49ers. Now, who did he leave under a cloud to join the 49ers in the 94 season? Which organization?
Was it the black and gold?
Wasn't the black and gold. It's someone that's the enemy of the black and gold.
Trying to think he's in a division. Car. You need to do that again.
It's the Falcons. He left the Falcons to then join the 49ers. Now, I could see that, and because if you've ever seen America's game, the 94 season, he states that game that he came back to play for the 49ers, that first game back in that stadium, they booed the living daylights out of him every time he stepped onto the field until the first defensive play of the game, he got a pick 6 against the Falcons and the 49ers steamrolled them. Okay? I can see his lad then maybe joining the Saints to bring the hurt twice a season. Almost like picture perfect. And I'm not a big Sanders guy. I don't think his boy's all that. But I think that could be really, really good.
My take is, I've said this several times, I think this is probably the worst draft since Kenny Pickett's year for quarterbacks. None of these quarterbacks are good enough for day one, but there are teams, especially now the Saints need one. 3 of the top 4 teams in the draft need quarterbacks.
You need one.
That situation now, the Browns need one. Yes, they're Pickett too, but okay, they've got Flacco. Yes, they've got Deshaun. Yes, they've got Kenny Pickett. They still need a quarterback, whether you like it or not. Obviously, Titans looks like Cam Moore's going to get Titans. That's de facto number 1 team to be this year. I don't get it. When Mayo loving Will Levis is serviceable for another year until you get a decent quarterback year draft. Yeah, teams panic because they think, oh, it's the next one. Let's not forget, Cowboys, Dak Prescott was a 3rd round pick. And he's now gets $60 million a year.
Very much facing the bunch of money.
Tom Brady was 199th pick overall. Kurt Warner was undrafted. You don't have to go in the 1st round to be an legendary quarterback and a quarterback. Don't panic.
Well, look at how far Rodgers fell. Look at how far Lamar Jackson fell. Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Islot.
You want to go look at that.
Don't panic. Grab a quarterback. We need a quarterback. Get your paramount position or the main position you need, because we'll have a serviceable quarterback. Cleveland Brown, you've got 3 quarterbacks that will do you a job. Giants are probably the only one that hasn't. No, Giants have got Russ and Jameson. None of these top 4 teams really need a quarterback now.
No.
Yeah, they're all going to panic and go for one. Derek Carr, Saints are probably the first team that really need that quarterback, and it should be Sanders or Cam Ward, but they won't. It's not going to go that one. Anyway, that's my rant over about quarterbacks being crap in this year's draft. It said something. When you look at all these people who go to the top 100 prospects, the top 50, you normally get a few sort of splashing quarterbacks in there. But I think there's only 1 in there this year, the top 100 I saw the last time out. And that was Cam Ward. And he's not even that good of a quarterback, I don't think. But hey, that's my take on it. I know I went a bit off kilter then, but I was on a rant and I just wanted to say how crap these quarterbacks are this year.
I was going to say, back to your original point, Derek Carr is looking to be out for the season for the Saints, shoulder injury. So, yeah, it makes their first pick at 9 very, very interesting now.
Yeah, it certainly does. It's I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's something that several options. Surgery, season-ending surgery is one. Is playing through it, but you're not going to be a good quarterback if you're playing through it without the surgery that's needed. So let's go to Miami and what the hell is going on there? All the talk that's coming out now. Obviously, Jalen Ramsey is up for trade. They open the offer to Tyreek Hill. Is this Miami going, oh crap, we're a massive cap hell coming up future going forward, or oh crap, this is them, we wanted to go younger to hopefully have a chance in the future? What's your thinking on this one, gentlemen?
Can it not be both? Like this iteration of the Dolphins, very much, and I don't want to keep. It's hard not to look at like a mirroring case because, like, the McDaniels and the Shanahan kind of approach the thing, focusing on the system. Well, the personnel in the system haven't got it done, and these players are due a ton of money, and they're not getting any younger. And in someone's case, their families keep getting bigger.
Tyreek, don't wear jimmies.
Oh my God. I hear he's Catholic. Like I hear he's a very, very strong Catholic. Yeah, so I think it makes sense. I think they're going to stick with Tua. But there's other players around that team that are due huge wages soon and are becoming the wrong side of 30. I do wonder whether or not Tyreek will have another down year because he wasn't particularly great last year and he kind of threw his teddies at the pram towards the end of the season.
Yep.
I'm generally still surprised he's in Miami still. But then that might also be it might be them going, well, we need to keep hold of him. We want to keep hold of him, but at the same time, he's going to be due a huge an outlet of pay. How old is he now? He's got to be in his 30s.
Yeah, he's 31, I think he is.
And I'm not going to make any too many predictions, but because he had such a down year last year, I wonder whether or not he'll have another down year, and this is actually the decline of his career.
It all depends on who's throwing in the ball. It all depends on who's throwing in the ball and how healthy they can keep Tua. Because Tua's one big hit away from potentially life-altering circumstances.
I mean, yeah, Tua's one hit away from becoming soup. Like his brain is chowder at the moment. He's one hit away from becoming full-on
soup.
Minestrone or vegetable?
Vegetable. Okay, quickly on the table. What's your favourite soup?
Oxtail.
I'm a big kid. I love big soup.
Oh man, there's nothing a big soup with like a fresh roll or cob.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Stop saying carb, you weirdo. Right? But I got you both beaten. Mulligatawny beef curry soup is just top tier.
What is it with you Welsh lads and being obsessed with curry? Like
I love Spanish boy.
Curry is not all that, man. Like have a bit of gravy.
Oxtail. Boy, I love gravy on. I put gravy on chips and everything.
Oh, I love gravy on chips. But like,
I know.
Welsh gravy. Like, oh.
What?
Yeah, my those Welsh and curry all the time. The Miami situation, does this come down to Mike McDaniels not being a strong enough personality in that change room? He seems to be one of the guys. He seems to be one of the lads and all this, and yay. He doesn't remind me of Kevin Keegan, Sir Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho. Like I know we're talking about Parcels and people like that. He doesn't seem that kind of one. He on Cincinnati.
Now,
like, we'll have a joke and a laugh, and I think that's an issue.
What I think, being a head coach and whether or not like a DC or an assistant head coach, it can't just be one way. It has to be like a partnership. And we mentioned like some football managers, right? And we talk about that fine balancing act of you said Keegan, but then Keegan had McDonald as his assistant. We talked about Ferguson, but Ferguson had an array of great assistants over the years because if Ferguson was the presence, Ferguson was the disciplinarian, whilst he had other managers that were more tactically adept, and that's why he changed them every 3 or 4 years. Who was that Portuguese lad that you had?
Carlos Queiroz.
Carlos Queiroz, when he left Manchester United, he proved that he couldn't get the job done, and that's not necessarily because of him. That's because he didn't have the skills necessary or have the people around him to be the opposite side of the spectrum. You need like a yin and a yang. Now, what I think works well, and again, you can talk about this in New England because you had it for many, many years. You had the evil emperor, like Bill, and then you had like an array of like different kind of like McDaniels. McDaniels in New England, he's worshipped almost like as a separate deity. Whilst when he's gone and been head coach elsewhere, he's failed miserably because he didn't have that Bill next to him. Okay, in San Francisco, we've had Kyle. So I'm going to talk about like this. Kyle is not necessarily the be all and end all. Well, he's kind of surrounded himself with like D'Amico, and he's got why is my mind gone blank while I'm trying to make this?
Ollie, baby would know.
Yeah, it's I can't remember.
DC or OC?
Sorry, what?
DC or OC?
DC. Jet coach fired.
Robert Saleh.
Rob Salah.
Robert Saleh. Yeah.
Rob. So like Salah. So Salah's like the hype man. He's he's
good pickup. That is.
And that's where you kind of need it. And I think in Miami we've got McDaniels, who I guarantee you in high school would have been the nerdy kid who was the mascot. Like, and the nerdy kid with a mascot that's like a bit like Screech from Saved by the Bell for our older listeners out there. A situation where he is surrounded by the jocks that he avoided like the plague in high school, and he's struggling to adapt with those big personalities because I don't think he's a big personality guy. That's why he works so well with Kyle, because Kyle can be moody, he has a presence, while I'm McDonald's and I'm really good at doing run plays. That's kind of the impression it gives me.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way: he comes into it was criticised. I can't remember what game it was. He went into the change room, stood by the fire at halftime to warm himself up instead of running the troops, getting the team going. Because that way you warm yourself up. That way you stand. This team doesn't win unless it's below 30 degrees.
Yeah,
they don't win in January. They struggle outdoors unless it's at Hard Rock Stadium. So surely that comes down to the coaching staff and going down that. And Miami, you need to look at your coach. I think my Daniels, if you don't get there, you're on the hot seat, my friend. And I think the Jets and the Dolphins are battling out for fourth place in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Personally. Right. A couple of times to talk about this week we've had going out. Cardinals cornerback Patrick Peterson is stepping away after 9 years in the league. And after 14 seasons in the league, Cowboys left tackle Tyron Smith, who's one of the best left tackles in the league, is stepping away from the league. What do you make of these gentlemen?
I thought Tyron Smith was going to go to a different team, in all honesty. I think he's got plenty left in the tank. But I think when you're with one club for that long, you would kind of, in your mind, associate yourself with that team, and that's it. There's nowhere else to go for you. So I think maybe he's knocked it on the head, but I thought, what a fantastic servant for the Cowboys. He played so well. He's consistent, tough, good run stopper, really, really good tackler. But yeah, like I said, I think he done really well for the Cowboys.
Mr. Perrins, when I put the screenshot of Patrick Peterson announcing he was retired, Mr. Perrins put the reaction of the shocked face on it. Why were you so shocked, Mr. P?
He's one of these players, and I remember trading for him when he first popped up when he was a rookie. I think it would have been Madden 11.
11?
Yeah, I think 11, the one with Drew Brees on the front. So I think it might have been Madden 11. And I remember, even as a rookie, he was amazing, because that's why I traded for him to come into my San Francisco super team.
What did you do? This is his Madden where he has no salary cap, and you can get whatever you want.
Why would I play the salary cap? It's stupid, and the game gives me the chance to not play with salary cap. Why would I do that? And I also play FIFA with the billion takeover at the beginning of the season.
Dear we go. Typical Arab man, Saudi Geordie fan.
Oh, how weird, man. We've won a trophy.
I do that with Championship Manager.
What's my original point? Yeah, he's one of these players, going back onto it, that he never won a Super Bowl, did he?
No.
He got there against us yellow and black horrible towel touring people, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But he's one of these players that when you go, best secondaries, you go and you list a load of them, and then when you get to Peterson, you go oh yeah, actually Peterson was quality for a long period of time, but because he was never a massive name and he was never a massive force, and he played all his career, in poor teams. I'm a little bit upset that not more was made of it, because I think if he would have won a championship elsewhere, I think he'd be a Hall of Famer. He might still make the Hall of Fame one day. But
I think he will.
But he should be more. It should be a bigger deal than it actually has come out as. I mean, that's just me from being a 49er fan and watching our team play against them for many, many years. He is a very, very good shutdown cornerback, and I'm just a bit. I'm happy for him that he's made that decision instead of the decision being made for him, because the many a times in the NFL where players get cut and then you never hear from them again, or injuries end their careers. But he's going out the way that he wants to go out, healthy, with a lot of money in the bank, and he'll never probably need to leave Arizona ever again because he'll be loved and adored there. So I'm very happy for him, but I'm also upset that he didn't get more recognition than I think he deserves. I don't want to say he deserves better, because I don't think anybody deserves to win the Super Bowl. Otherwise, we'd all win a championship. But he had a great career. I just wish he was remembered better.
Okay, yeah. Very quickly before we go on to talk about the UFL and our little special treat we've got tonight.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Aaron Rodgers was on Pat McAfee show earlier on, saying that retirement's on the table, saying playing on the table. All these reports are fake, that he didn't want 30, 40 million. He told teams he'd play for 10. Wow, big whip. We know what Aaron Rodgers is like. He'll call a retirement next week on Saturday, midway through the draft, because that's what Aaron Rodgers does. He wants the attention on him. That's what this is all about. And he also said it was a lie that he's waiting about other teams. I'm not going to talk about more Aaron Rodgers, because let's face it, he's going to get us talking about him probably in a few weeks, one way or another. Anyway, one last thing really quickly. The Houston Texans have signed safety Jalen Petty to a 3-year deal worth up to $39 million. Very, very good safety. Very good in the secondary for that Houston Texans. Missed a few games last year through injury, but yeah, very, very good.
Going back on to A-Rod very, very quickly, because I know you don't want to spend too much time about it. Yeah, he is amazing at being his own PR man. He is amazing at creating his own hype. Now, I still think a team will pick him up.
But who?
And that's the thing. And I know I said it in our WhatsApp group, but there's been a couple of mumblings. I know Twitter and social media it can be a cesspit on many occasions, as we've all found out individually as well as collectively.
I don't care.
Somebody said, I wonder if Aaron Rodgers is circling around the drain that is San Francisco at the moment to see whether or not this offseason the 49ers pull the trigger on Brock Purdy's contract. And if they don't pull the trigger, maybe bringing in Aaron Rodgers, because don't forget, Brock's still on that ridiculously nothing contract because he's irrelevant.
I know, right?
So we can make him play for the next 2 seasons because we can tag him and we can extend that really bad contract.
That's so wrong.
I know. Hey, football's a business.
100%. That's naughty.
But if that's the way that the office are going to have to look at it, they almost have to Brock Purdy makes enough money anyway. He's got sponsorship, dealership. He's going to do well for himself in his career.
He gets enough money from Toyota. Let's put it that way.
Yes. To the point where he bought all his offensive line that didn't block for him at all in this season.
Pretty much, yeah.
Backhanded compliment.
Maybe the cars could block for him.
Do better for me.
Like Chelsea used to when they parked the bus. But I reckon maybe they might bring him in as that alternative, or maybe that secondary piece. Because I reckon if it's not about money, as he says, because he's made his millions, I wonder whether or not a deal could be made if he were to come to San Francisco and say, pay me the league minimum for my position. Pay me the league minimum for my tenure in the NFL. And I'll come for a season. Because, like Tom Brady in the past, Tom Brady was angling to come to San Francisco, but Kyle and John Lynch stuck their heels in the ground and were like, no, we're going to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. Forget you. And then Tom Brady won the bloody Super Bowl with the Bucs that year. Aaron Rodgers, very, very similar. He's a West Coast San Francisco boy. He has stated many a times that different when he was drafted, he was to go to San Francisco and not Alex Smith. That's been the whole thing. So to maybe end his career with his boyhood team, that might be something that Rodgers might want to go off in the distance with. I'm just speculating, but I don't think we're in a Super Bowl window anyway. I think this is just another rebuilding year for us. I'll be surprised if we actually make the playoffs, genuinely. Stop
saying things like that. Just stop it.
Just genuinely, I don't foresee us going for it next year. I can see the year after going back at it again, but it's not our time. So whether or not we want to just use that season as just like as a bit of a write-off, but I don't know. I've just got a funny feeling. I'm more open to it than ever, but then at the same time, Aaron can do whatever he wants because Aaron will do whatever he wants because he's a talking point. But he's a talking point that's won a Super Bowl. He's not like Colin Kaepernick or Tim Tebow, who are talking points but haven't done it. At least Aaron has done it. He has been a Super Bowl champion. He has been league MVP multiple times. So he has that more clout as opposed to other quarterbacks that teams haven't picked because they bring negative media attention. He brings that negative media attention, but he's also got the quality when he wants to play to really turn it up.
Go on then, Shayna.
And you know what Aaron Rodgers just did? He squeezed another 5 minutes of our show on him. So yeah, you know, he does keep people talking so much for, I'll keep this brief, I won't say a lot about him, because I know you don't like him.
No, we did say last week that he could go play in the UFL, so let's talk about the UFL for a bit. Mr. P.
Right.
Nice you, gents, remember, after week 1, when I said the games weren't that exciting and they didn't really feel competitive. Now, by the end of week 3, that has massively changed in the UFL. Completely. Now, every single game, bar the late one on Sunday, were one-score games, as in there were one score in between each of them. The Stallions defeated the Renegades 10-9, which you might think, oh, that sounds boring. But that was a very hard-hitting, physical game. I watched the highlights, and oh my God, it was such a really good game. It was like a proper 1970s kind of like, almost like fight between the two teams.
Hey, love it.
The other game, the Roughnecks against the Showboats. Unfortunately, the Showboats kind of like their late ditch kind of like attempt to claw themselves back into it. They fell to Houston 18-17 to bring their record to 0-3, while the Roughnecks get their first victory of the season. Game of the week was the early Sunday game where the Panthers defeated the Rocks team, the Brahmas, again in another close game, 26-23. Great game. Okay, again, even though the Brahmas are probably the weakest out of the 0-3 teams, I mean, we'll find out later on in the season where the Boats and the Bulls take each other on. But Panthers looked really, really good. And then the DC Defenders, continuing their undefeated streak, defeated the St. Louis Battlehawks 27-15, bringing the Battlehawks their first loss of that season. The games are starting to get very good, gents. Like, very, very good. This week, we're going to get some really, really heavy hitters as well. The Battlehawks take on the Renegades, which I think will be my game of the week to look forward to. The Boats take on the Panthers. I think maybe the Panthers make the Showboats go 0-3. And then you've probably got the most one-sided game that you could possibly imagine, where the Rocks team, the Brahmas, who are 0-3, take on the best team in the UFL, the DC Defenders, who are 3-0 in the late game. So if you're looking forward to any of those games, Battlehawks, Renegades, and Brahmas DC are my picks for this weekend. The games are starting to get good, gents. And I know we poo-poo it, or some of you poo-poo it, but if you have the chance to watch the highlights or even kind of watch it legally or illegally, they are really, really good occasions. I'm really enjoying it, and it's becoming like a really good staple now that Gladiators has finished. Are we going to talk about Gladiators at some point? But anyway, Hendo,
I think we should. I definitely, for the next 20 minutes, yes.
So you said the games are getting better. The teams are getting better now. They're getting stronger. Mine's white with 2 sugars, please. 1 sugar, sorry. Is this because our teams have now had 3 games playing with each other? Because this UFL well, as far as I know, they don't have preseason games. They obviously have training camp, they have preseason training, but they don't have preseason games.
Now,
so is the games getting better, the standards getting better because they are playing football now? They've played football 3 weeks on the bounce now.
I think I've had to mature, like kind of like change my thinking in this aspect of it, because I did think the same thing after like week 1. Things started to change during week 2, but this week it really has hit the ground running. And I think it's because of the structure of the UFL in particular. And yes, no preseason games is a massive one because you're not really seeing who fits in, what works, schemes. It's one thing when you're practicing schemes against, inwardly where the offense takes on the defense. You're not really seeing what works, what doesn't work. I also think the structure of the league itself, as in, at the end of the season, it's almost about 2/3 of the teams become free agents because they have that open window where they can potentially sign for NFL teams. They have that chance where they can potentially join like the CFL or just go out of football completely. So it's only like the upper echelon where like your quarterbacks and your head coaches and the bigger players might be tied down to a particular team for a particular contract. But at the end of the season, majority of the players become free agents again. So that squad, that camaraderie goes as soon as you're eliminated from the competition or if you win the championship or whatever. And then you've got like a whole 10 months before the whole thing starts again if you don't find yourselves in the NFL. Now, that kind of like structure is a blessing and a curse, I guess. If you're trying to grow your product, you don't want potentially your league's best players being on the practice squad in the NFL for the following season, or being put down to like maybe signed like a 2-year contract, which takes them out of the league completely. But you're still given that opportunity because a lot of the pull for these players in the UFL is show your abilities so NFL teams can look at you. And I think there's 8 teams in the UFL. There's 32 teams in the NFL. So I can probably see that's their mindset of why they want to do the league the way they do. But essentially, these teams will change by the time of next year. There'll be players that will either be out the league. You'll be getting like the college freshmen that didn't necessarily make the NFL draft. Also not the college freshmen, sorry, the college graduates who didn't make the NFL draft. So the whole structure is very wishy-washy. It's almost like getting like some Play-Doh and throwing it at the board and then trying to make something out of it. And at the end of it, you scrunch it back up again.
Tell how it shows PG, can you?
And then the day out, you get the Play-Doh out again and you're trying to make the same kind of like the shape, but it's different because you did it. Do you see where I'm coming from with this metaphor? But yeah, I think after week 3, teams are settled. They kind of get into the groove, and it's really getting there. It's really becoming exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. We did this last season with the 4 of us, and it was hosted by our Moogle media gentleman sat to my left. And we decided, we'll bring it back again. It's been a while. We'll bring it back again, and while playing it. So it is time, of course, for our yearly mastermind hosted by parents.
Hosted by parents. Does he get enough talking on this show as it is?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mastermind of 2025.
Come on in, Magnus. Show us where you go.
Let the music, please. Let the music come in. Come on.
Are you playing it? It's not even playing it.
It is.
I'm definitely playing it.
I can't hear it.
Right. So, I think it's more or less the same format as what I did last year. Now, on offline, in our separate WhatsApp group, I have asked both Hendo and Shane their specialist subjects. So we have 10 questions that each of you will answer. I will keep score, and that's going to be the first round. The second round will be a shootout of NFL general knowledge, where we will do rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first, and that person will either have the first question or defer to the second question. And it's like a bit of a penalty shootout where you'll be answered 10 questions each that I have predetermined. And after that, the one with the most scores will progress to the next round of Mastermind 2025. So, because his name is first, and I did his questions first, please welcome to the Oki, Oliver Butler Henderson. Can you please tell me your age and your specialist?
Oh, stop it, man.
Yes, my name is Ollie. I am the host of the Third and Long podcast with these retrobates that sometimes turn up on time, occasionally. I'm the wrong side of 25.
40.
My specialist subject is the New England Patriots, of course.
Yes. So, I'll give you 10 questions on your specialist subject. It is the New England Patriots from the year 2000 onwards. Okay. So, question number one. Question number one, Mr. Butler Henderson. Who was the head coach of the New England Patriots throughout their 6 Super Bowl victories?
You can't give him that, no.
It's
got to be the GOAT, Bill Belichick.
You are correct. Well done. Right, so that is well done. Hold on. Correct. Sorry, my cat's meowing next to me. She also disagrees. All right then. Question number 2. I'm going to unmute you, Shane. Please keep your discourse down to a minimum. Which quarterback was drafted by the Patriots in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL draft?
That'll be the GOAT, Tom Brady.
No, the answer is just Tom Brady. He wasn't the GOAT when he was drafted. He became the GOAT. What's a baby goat called?
It's a kid.
A kid. He was a kid.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Right, because I'm an idiot here, I'm trying to remember my Roman numerals because I put the answer in. Anyway, question number 3. In which Super Bowl did Malcolm Butler make a game-winning interception against the Seattle Seahawks?
It's 2014. So that's 11 years ago. 46. No, 48. 48.
49.
Oh, you
Wow! I think you win so many Super Bowls. What did you do?
Super Bowl 39. Unfortunately, that was really unlucky as well. That was really unlucky. I apologize for that. Okay. Question number 4, Mr. Butler Henderson. Who was the New England Patriots kicker during their first 3 Super Bowl wins in the 2000s?
Adam Vinatieri.
The great Adam Vinatieri. Well done. You got that right. Okay, question number 5.
Just seen Shane's face when I got the question wrong in the last one.
I want these school questions as well, mind.
What was the final score of the Patriots' win over the Rams in the Super Bowl?
Oh, fuck me sideways.
That's not the answer.
I think I know it.
Was it
I know it. It's in
1917?
front of me.
Was it 1917?
No, it was 13-3.
Hang on, which one did you say?
The Rams won when, Super Bowl L3.
Oh, I thought you meant 2001, not bloody.
Oh, apologies, my friend. Apologies. Yeah, my bad. I should read them out. All right. Question number 6. Which wide receiver won Super Bowl MVP in the Patriots' win over the Falcons in Super Bowl LI?
My favorite player of all time, Secret Squirrel, Julian Edelman.
You are correct. Well done. Question number 7. What is the name of the Patriots' home stadium?
Oh,
Right. Foxborough or Gillette? Which one would you like? Because It's Gillette Stadium, but it's also Foxborough Stadium as well.
Can I have one answer, please?
I'll go with Gillette.
It is Gillette Stadium. That's what I have in front of me.
Fair enough.
All right, question number 8. In what year did it all end when Tom Brady left the Patriots?
What year did we draft? 2020.
It was 2020.
Nice.
Not been the same since.
I can't remember if it was 19 or 20.
Okay. Which former Patriots linebacker became the head coach of the Titans only to return home this year?
Mike Vrabel.
Correct. All right, then. And question number 10, your last. How many AFC Championship games did the Patriots appear in from 2001 to 2019?
$16.
Incorrect. It was unlucky for some. 13.
13. Oh, wow.
So 1, 2, 3,
7.
4, 5,
7.
6, 7. Mr. Butler Henderson, you have scored 7. Well done. Well done. 7 points.
Good job, boy.
7.
All right then. Oof, that was intense. All right then, Mr. Shane Harris, hailing from Wales, England.
You cheeky.
How are you?
Slightly nervous, Captain, but I'll be okay. Just to make you aware as well, from God's country, God's beautiful favourite little village of Neutraliga, the Welsh wizard, the incomparable one, Shane Harris, of course. Yeah. So, Phil, in all honesty, bit of honesty from me. Honesty's the best policy, after all. I've forgotten what my subject is because I told you and I forgot what it is.
Don't worry, my friend. I thought that you would want a redo of last, because like this time when we did it last year, it was coming up to WrestleMania season.
Yes.
So I thought you were going to do wrestlers and football again.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Like the questions in advance, making sure I didn't use the same ones that I used last year. Until you messaged me this morning and said, I want to do NFL players in the movies.
Because it's you and it's football and it's
So, are you ready, Shane?
Yep. As ready as life will be. Let's go.
Okay then. Question number 1. Which disgraced former NFL linebacker starred as Luther LeVay in the film Any Given Sunday?
Lawrence Taylor.
LT, well done.
I could not think of his name, man. I was thinking WrestleMania 11. I know his name.
It's all right. I added in the disgraced former NFL linebacker.
Yeah, because that really helped. I'll have Any Given Sunday anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. Question number 2. What former linebacker played the role of Terry Tate, office linebacker, in the famous Super Bowl Reebok ad campaign?
Oh.
That's a long.
Oh.
Doug.
I remember those adverts, but I cannot for the life of me think of who it is. Oh. Ray Lewis?
No, Ray Lewis killed a man. Okay,
Stop it.
Spite or Sprite. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
Okay then. Question number 3. Which disgraced Hall of Fame wide receiver played the role of Deacon Moss in the remake of The Longest Yard?
I want to say Antonio Brown, but it's not.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
And like, can I have something? Can I have a hint or a guess or something?
No, I'm just going to say it again because I like saying it. Which disgraced Hall of Fame wide receiver played the role of Deacon Moss in the remake of The Longest Yard?
All I can remember. I haven't seen him in years.
Can I have a go? Can I have a guess?
No, because you know the answer.
Yeah, I can't give you the answer, but like, if Shane doesn't know, I'll
Pass. I'm watching ages.
Mike Irvine.
The disgraced Michael Irvin.
Was it?
Yeah. He even wears 88 in the film.
Okay.
Love that
Question number 4. Come on. Okay. Question number 4. Which former NFL player starred opposite Jean-Claude Van Damme in the film Universal Soldier 2?
Was the Universal Soldier The Return by any chance?
Yes.
Was it former Atlanta Falcon and former WCW World Heavyweight Champion and nemesis of the greatest wrestler of all time, Bill Goldberg?
It is William Scott Goldberg. I put that in because I thought that you might get it, but you might not get it at the same time.
I actually bought it on Sky Box Office when it came out to watch it because Bill was in it. 2001? 2001?
Yeah. No, it came out in 1990. I think it came out in 99.
Yeah, and it was round about that era.
Because I remember watching it on Channel 5 because WCW was still on TV when it
was.
Question number 5. In which comedy film does former NFL player Michael Strahan play a male stripper?
Ooh, it's going to be something like The Other Guys or something like that, I think. No, go on, I'll pass. Go on.
Magic Mike.
Why would I know Magic Mike?
Mate, I'm just saying the answer right there. Okay, then, fine. Question 6. You might get this one. Who played the villain Bolo in The Black Knight and was a former NFL player for the Rams and the Cowboys?
The Black Knight, as in the Dark Knight, as in the Batman thing.
No, as in the film starring Martin Lawrence, Black Knight.
When you said to me this morning you've got some awkward questions, you weren't lying.
Yeah, I know.
You give him all these preschool ones.
What? Literally, I did a lot of. I did my due diligence.
Due diligence. Tiny Lister.
No. Michael Taliaferro. Sorry, mate. Okay.
Come on, man.
What? Fine. All right, try this one. Okay. Question number 7. Which NFL Hall of Famer appeared in Blazing Saddles and was known as the Fearsome One?
Dick Butkus.
No, it was Alex Karras, but that's unlucky. That's unlucky. He plays Mongo. You know, like that.
I know. Yeah, I know.
All right, fine. You should be able to get this one. You should. Because he used to play for the Raiders. Keep that in mind. He used to play for the Raiders.
Right.
Which former NFL player co-starred with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the hit science fiction thriller The Predator?
Who is Carl Weathers?
Cool as Carl Weathers. Well done.
Who is Carl Weathers? That's right. And I knew that because I actually looked at the questions earlier on, and they mentioned which former Raider did Rocky fight, and it was obviously Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers.
As I was reading it earlier, I was funny. It's like John Madden said that the reason why he released Carl Weathers because he was too sensitive.
Oh, don't say that.
Imagine Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, like literally being too sensitive. Okay, question number 9.
Apollo Creed. You can tell us WrestleMania season.
All right, question number 9. In Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, which Hall of Fame bottle job and Miami Dolphins is kidnapped?
Is it Dan Marino?
It is the alleged Hall of Famer Dan Marino. Well done.
Bottle job.
Wait, bottle job, the 84 Super Bowl. All right, question number 10. Which NFL player played himself in the comedy Entourage and also played himself in Ballers?
I love Entourage and I love Ballers. Oh my word. I remember Terrell Suggs being quite a big name in Ballers. Terrell Suggs?
No, Antonio Brown.
He was in. Wait,
He was in
you say Entourage film, as in like the Entourage TV spin-off movie of the TV show?
He's in Entourage. 1, 2.
I love Entourage. My favourites.
3, 4. 4 questions. Well done. All right then. So
Let's get on it.
all right then.
No, because you know, like, how do you spell Robert Kraft?
wait. Have you seen my question? Okay. So we'll do general knowledge now. So, gents, rock, paper, scissors. So can I see your hands, please? Above the waist.
Hey!
And you're going to go like rock, paper, scissors, and then shoot. And then when I say shoot, you're going to reveal your hand. Close those hands, please. Shayna, ready, go? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I can't see. Guys, come on. All right, we'll do it again. Keep your hands there. Do not move your hands.
So children.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
He's cheating. He's waiting.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's full on cheating, man. Like, all right, fine. I'm thinking of a number. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 50. Closest
13.
to start.
13. 13.
Shane, what's your
I'm
number?
gonna do 1 and 3. 13. I'm 2.
Oh, it was actually 47. So Hendo
It's actually 7.
It was 47. All right. So Hendo, do you want to go first, or do you want to go second?
I would like to go first, please.
Oh, wait then. So,
Oi.
question number first question for you, Shane. Oh, sorry, for Hendo. How many teams are there in the NFL?
32.
Well done.
Woo!
All right, Shane. Which city hosted the first Super Bowl in 1967? I'm not even messing. That's literally the question.
Is he frozen or is he generally stuck?
His eyes are twitching.
Proper gremlins at the minute, boys. Proper gremlins.
Just give us a city.
So did I miss something? What I missed?
Oh, which city hosted the first Super Bowl in 1967?
Tampa Bay?
No, LA. Sorry, mate.
When you said give me a tease, I did.
Oh, okay. Wrong. Shame. All right, next question. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right, fine. Question 3. Hendo.
Yo.
What is the name of the trophy awarded to the Super Bowl champions?
You lot.
Huh?
The Lombardi.
The Vince Lombardi. Well done. All right, Shane. Chance for you to get on the board here, okay? Question for you. Who holds the record for the most career touchdown passes?
I don't want to say if it's Steve Young, I'll be annoyed.
Is that your answer?
Brett Favre.
No, it's now a certain Thomas Brady.
Oh, of course it is.
Okay. All right, Hendo. What team has appeared in the most Super Bowls?
New England Patriots.
Correct. Now, Shane, you might huff and puff, so I might suggest you taking your inhaler. But you did have the opportunity that you could have gone first and have these questions. Question 3 for you, Shano. What team...
Wait, I can't hear a word of it. Can you
hear me? Can you hear me?
Wait, I can't hear a word of it. Signal's off.
I can hear you, mate.
Okay.
He's frozen.
Yeah, I was going to say, you frozen, Shane.
Live recording, gentlemen. Live recording, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, he's back. Oh, move. No, he's gone.
Well, best laid plans of mice and men, ladies and gents. I genuinely, I haven't done this to properly mess with him either. I feel like he's gone, and I hope I haven't upset him because I thought he would get the Tom Brady question.
I generally thought, it's
all right.
Oh,
shall we? All right. Oh,
hang on, he's coming back. He's coming back. It's the screen. Hey!
Right. Try the old blow on the cartridge trick.
Okay. All right. Which team has the longest playoff drought as of 2025?
Jets?
Yes!
Yeah, you got one. You got one.
Hey, hey, hey.
The
Okay.
blind squirrel if I didn't get one in a while.
Okay, then. Hendo, your question now. Who was the first overall pick in the 2023 draft?
Ooh.
Bryce Young.
Correct.
You work his way back then.
Oh,
Right. Shane.
Yeah, I was the same.
Shane. Which
Oh, go away.
team fans are known as the 12th man?
Oh, Seattle.
Well done. Well done.
Yay.
He's on a roll now, boys. Just call me Bellux. I'm on a roll.
Right. Hendo, what is the standard length of the NFL regular season as of 2021 onwards?
It'll be 18 weeks.
It's 17.
Oh, okay, 17 all right, with the bye, okay, 17 games.
Sorry.
Could you at least elaborate next time?
No, because each team would play 17 games.
Yeah, there's over 18 weeks.
Yeah, but the standard regular season is 17 games. All right. You're going to win this anyway. Shano, who is the only player to win Super Bowl MVP for both the AFC and the NFC?
One more time, I missed that.
Who is the only player to win Super Bowl MVP, most valuable player, for both the AFC and the NFC?
I heard half of that answer because the question was garbled by technology, so I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady.
I was going to be Tom Brady or Rodgers, and I went with Rodgers instead.
Okay.
Brady, Rodgers only played in the Super Bowl once.
Yeah. He's only been to the game once. All right then, Hando.
Yo,
What position does a nickelback play?
his corner.
Well done.
We've lost Shane again by the looks of it.
It's all right. I can always play Shane if it comes to me next. Okay then. Is he gone? Hold on.
Yeah, he's gone again.
All right then, fine. Shane.
I'll do this one.
No, I'll do it. All right. Actually, yeah, no, I'll do it. All right. Who is the NFL's all-time leading rusher? Well, I don't know why I've gone. I don't know why I went weird then. Well,
I mean, we're used to you going weird.
all right.
Again.
I'm gonna go Emmitt Smith. Correct.
Hey,
Shane.
Give it to me one more time.
No, I did it. I answered it for you. Right, Hendo. What colour is the penalty flag in the NFL?
What colour is the penalty flag? That'd be yellow.
You're correct.
Lost Harris again.
Oh, for God's sake, man! He's even getting the easy questions now.
I know, right? Oh.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you're gonna win this anyway. And we've answered an even enough question, so we'll call it as it is now. So, on your round, you got 7 questions, and then on the general knowledge, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you 11 right. Well done.
Hang on. 7 out of 6 is 13, mate.
Yep, that's what I said. 13. Well done.
Thank you. Not 11.
And yeah, that's what
and this comes from the teacher.
So yeah, but I don't teach maths, man. Like I teach arty-farty stuff. So on the move round, on his specialist round, he got 4, and then general knowledge, he got 1, 2.
I'm taking that long to call.
Three. So he got 7. 7 questions right.
Well, no, I missed half the round with my technical gremlins.
Right, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it.
I'm not good at that.
So,
I think like if I'm used to losing, it's fine.
So next week, Baby's back. Next week, but Baby's back, but you're not.
No, I'm here.
Yes.
Don't forget, next week it's our final mock drafts.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are doing, as long as Mr. Harris pays attention and doesn't lose his internet, and Mr. Perrins doesn't randomly pick random players, we're doing our live draft.
Yeah.
We're doing our live draft next week.
Well, I'll be home next week.
And yeah, all being well, yeah, man.
Wait, have you got another week of Easter next week? Or do the kids go back?
Yes.
Oh crap! I go back next Tuesday.
You should all stay in school all the time.
Yeah, no, seriously, I go back on Tuesday because like we split up a week before you did.
That's really weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, Everton is really weird.
That's really weird. So yeah, we'll be live drafting next week, doing our live draft. We do it every year. It is one of the most terrifying things because you actually feel like how a GM is. My player wanted to go gone. I was going to pick him, and it's brilliant, but it's good fun. But it's bat crazy as well, and I love it. I don't know about what you guys think of it. It's good fun. Mr. Hope will be back off a boat next week. I will be back from Italy, but until then, ciao and stay safe. All.
Ciao, ciao.